Today's topic here for our video is I'd like to address how to look for a personal trainer, or what to look for. Number one is probably the facility. Is it close to your house? Is it worth the extra trip? Is it someplace that you want to go? Is it a safe place to park? Is it private, or is it a big box gym? Is there a membership? Those are the things to consider. And is the equipment up to date and clean? You know, here at the Firm U, it's a private facility. You can see there's nobody in here. When I train people, it's one-on-one, specifically tailored to your needs and what your goals are. And that's what you'll get here at the Firm U. There's no membership fees here. It's included in your personal training package. Also, it's very personalized. You know, I give out my towels. It's optional. I have bottled water. Also, I even do your playlist off your Android or your Apple phone, and we can listen to your playlist, the music that you want to hear, not the stuff that they play in the gyms. What's really nice is that personal, or private, I should say, environment means there's no distractions. There's nobody gawking, or you don't hear that or see that person wearing those spandex that probably shouldn't, or that somebody's texting their significant other on a piece of equipment that we want to get to. Also, I run a 2-for-1 program. So if you have a spouse, a coworker, neighbor that wants to train at the same time that you do, a lot of people, not only to make it more affordable, but to actually have that companion in the gym that they want to work out with the similar goals, or not even similar goals. I have a pro football player and his wife that train with me, and so I mean, we like to get people matched up as even as we can as far as athletic ability and the same goals. Obviously, if I have a pro player and I have a 5'1" lady, it's a little challenging, but it can be done. So with that kind of experience that I have, to do 2 or 3 people at the same time, it makes it much more cost effective on the client. And also, it's kind of fun to have more than one person training too. But I do one-on-one, 2-for-1, and again, it's the same price. Okay. The other thing to look for in a personal trainer is not just the facility. You want to make sure it's clean. Here at the Firm U, it's like an operating room. It's very sterile. The other thing is that again, the equipment is really nice and smooth. There's no rips, cracks, or anything that has been there for a while from previous other people. There's no banging of the weights and things like that. Very irritable things, or people doing the exercises wrong, which is just is very irritating for somebody. For me, I just want to tap them on the shoulder and say, there's a different way to do things. Anyway, so you want to look at also the personal trainer you're looking at. You want to look at their credentials, like here. Okay, look for things for ACSM, American College of Sports Medicine. That's a big certification, a National Conditioning Sports Conditioning Association, NSCA. I say that right? I got so many certifications. It's like an alphabet. Or ACE, American Council on Exercise, or NASM, National Academy of Sports Medicine. Those are all big, hard tests to pass. At least if you have a trainer that doesn't know how to train, at least they can pass a test like this. But the best of both worlds. I've got 19 years, or I should say, I have 19 years of experience of actual just being a professional personal trainer, not counting the bodybuilding and for the 30-something years that I've been involved with. So it's been a great, it continues to be a great accomplishment for myself to do bodybuilding contests. Not that I'm looking for bodybuilders, or but if I know how to transform myself, I've done it with others. Also, look at somebody's media. If you look at my YouTube presence, I have 6,500 subscribers, 161 videos, and most of those videos are from clients that are doing testimonies, talking about their experiences. It's Ray Bessette 530 on YouTube is my address, or YouTube channel, I should say. And there's a lot of information on there on how to do exercises. You know, also I do bioidentical hormones and a blood test for that in conjunction with a physician. So that's just another option that I have here too. You never know what your testosterone levels are, or your estrogen, progesterone, you know, A1C, C-reactive protein, which is a measurement for inflammation. All these things, you know, I provide as services, and they're all optional. There's nothing that you have to do, but it's nice to know that I know that stuff. Also, I have a laser. It's called the strawberry lipo laser, and this laser will spot reduce fat on your body. You know, whether it's underneath your arms, for men, man boobs or pectorals, your waist, your back flanks, you know, the muffin top type of thing, legs, arms, I mentioned, and back. You know, there isn't too many places I can't actually reduce the fat. Now, for years, you know, I've always preached, and it's a physiological fact, that you can't spot reduce fat. Well, with this laser, that's the answer to it. You can, and it works every time. It's you know, it's another, I've incorporated into one of my programs that if you want to come in, either work out with weights and or the strawberry laser. So you get the best of both worlds. For years and years, I've had people saying, how do I get rid of my gut? How do I get rid of my butt? Well, I've got the answer. So, and the strawberry is a great tool for me to get you to your goals. You know, if you're getting ready for the holidays are coming up. You know, this is a time to start right now and get ready for, you know, your Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. You know, that's right around the corner here, guys. So, you know, I can help you get there and still have a good time. I mean, you can have a cheat day here and there and not, you know, you can't work out one time a week and say, well, I must be in shape. It's almost like having a cheat day once a week. Am I going to get fat in one meal or one occasion? No, you can't. So it's physiologically impossible. I also do a lot of assessment work. In other words, if you can't assess, it's hard to progress or to see where you've been. And I've knocked that out of the park. I have a bioimpedance scale, which measures, and I've got my props ready, water, okay? A lot of people who lose 10 pounds, what are you losing? Is it fat, water, or muscle? It's gotta be one of those three, okay? And a lot of times it's just water, and you're just kind of tricking yourself. If you do those fad diets you see on TV, really what you're doing is eating genetically modified organisms in the place of in a smaller plate. And you know, these other food companies or food producers, you know, they know you're already eating like crap, and anything that you change differently is going to result in water loss. And it's just water. It's not sustainable. There's no way. Anyway, so I have a bioimpedance scale, like I mentioned, measures the water, measures your muscle weight in pounds. So we can use that as a baseline. And also, kaboom, fat. That's right, folks, fat. Measures fat. So we can actually intelligently or informationally find out how much fat you're actually losing. That's the most people's goal, is to reduce their fat weight and gain muscle, or at least maintain it. Now, most people that lose 10, 20 pounds, you're going to lose some muscle with it, unless you're actually weight training. Now, cardio is great. It has its place, but for fat loss, it's not the greatest exercise in the world. It's great for meditation. It's great for, you know, relaxation. You know, I use cardio as, well, if I'm too sore to lift, I'd rather do cardio. You know, I do that getting ready for a contest, but it's not your go-to for fat loss. And restricting calories, again, throw it out the door. It's not any good. It's not going to work. Or I should say, it's very temporarily going to work. It's not sustainable. What I provide is a nutrition plan, a weight training plan, an assessment plan, and you know, the laser lipo, if you want to go that route. And You lay down for about 40 minutes, and that takes care of your fat around the waist. I have people that come in that say, you know, I'm really tired. I really don't feel like working out. Okay, let's go ahead and have a laser session instead. So you only get charged, instead of the personal training session, you get charged for the laser session, which is the same price. So it only makes sense. And I did this mistakenly. Had a guy had a hangover, came in on Saturday morning, and I said, well, instead of canceling, just come in and get on the laser. Get on the laser. You know, he left here and he was, you know, whistling Dixie. You know, he was really happy that he came in. Also, I have a 3D scanner. It's a scanner that you stand in place. You're on a rotating turntable, which is actually a scale, and it turns you around like this. This is my poor demonstration of the laser, but it turns you around 360 degrees, and there's a tower shooting out a bits of infrared. It is very safe. There's non-invasive. It's same with the laser too. But anyway, the non-invasive, it'll give me 50 locations on your body. It'll measure 50 locations on your body in about 35 seconds. Okay. So what that does is it gives us another reference point for to see how your improvements are going, okay, or how your progress is going. Because again, the whole idea, I have to be good, and that's what you should ask your trainer. What are their goals for you? I always listen for a set of goals from my clients, and I also make a set of goals that I have for them, or for my goals to get them there. And I go ahead and have a plan of attack on what we're going to do, something that you can live with. Because if you can't, you know, if you like to have a glass of wine at night, you know, I am certainly not going to be the guy that says, you can't have a glass of wine at night. I'd be the last person to say something like that. Okay, but if I know you're having that glass of wine at night, we can work around that. Okay, or whatever, you know, whatever whatever is your thing that is going to get you from your goals. So we can work around that, and it works every time. Okay. Now, as far as pricing goes, you know, I have a consultation. The information will be in the description on how to contact me. We make it an hour appointment, and you come in to visit the facility. Make sure this is for you. Make sure that I'm for you, and I'm going to make sure that you're for me. Because I don't really take everybody that comes through that door, and I'm the first to admit it. Because if I have somebody that's not going to be a good client, then, you know, and it's very rare. But there's sometimes you just, you know, they say the customer's always right. Well, you know, I'm not always right. Not always. Well, in here I am, but you know, on a personal note. But anyway, so we come in here and we talk about your goals and your expectations. Then we get you on the bioimpedance scale and see how much you weigh, what your body fat percentage is, what your muscle weight, your fat weight, your water weight is. Okay, based upon that, we've got a baseline. Okay, then I take you over to the 3D scanner, and we take a look at you in a 3D mold of yourself, or an avatar, so you can see yourself in 360 degree profile of yourself. I also do look at your posture. Okay. Also, I work on flexibility, work on your balance. That's a big thing, especially when you're over 60. I'm gonna be 64 pretty soon. Balance is very, very important. Also, your whatever it takes to get you to your goals, I'm going to cover that. Okay. And also, what I normally do is, like with weight training, is we'll do a combination of some of the body weighted exercises. We'll use some of the machines, some of the free weights, and it depends on your athletic ability and what your limitations are. If you have any kind of limitations, I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it right off. One side might be stronger than the other. When you're looking for a trainer, are you looking for that person that's going to just, count reps and over you and watch TV at the same time? Or are you going to have that person that's going to actually fix you? Because you have to be fixed, balanced. What I mean by fixed is being balanced before you can start doing, for instance, squats, bench press, and some of the major exercises. You have to have both sides, equal or in your symmetry. and your proportions. Proportions meaning upper body opposed to the legs. You know, I have some guys that come and say, I don't want to work legs. And I said, well, you know, you can't work with me. Because you have to, in order to get to your goals, you have to do legs. You know, you've seen the guys that are standing waist high in the water. Okay, those are guys that don't do legs. Okay, so anyway, if you want bigger arms, you have to give your arms, your upper body a rest, and the only way to do that and to make yourself lean is to do legs. Hit your lower body. Those are the bigger muscle groups anyway. If you want to get rid of that tire around your gut, do legs. It's a bigger muscle group. Remember, the science behind losing fat is to burn more calories than you consume. Well, that's kind of like, okay, it depends on what the calories are. If they're sugar calories, you know, that has the potential to turn to fat. If they're protein or fat calories, then your odds are it's not going to turn to fat. Now, as far as lifting weights, you want to stimulate the muscle to produce, stimulate the muscle to actually burn calories when you leave the gym. You don't burn most of the calories in the gym. You know, when that cross stuff that people do, or any kind of like, okay, let's do this. You know, that's all great for your cardio and respiratory system, but it's the muscular system that gives you the biggest bang for the buck. You burn more calories not working out than you do with working out. Well, here's an example. There's 168 hours in a week, okay? So if you work out only 3 hours a week, which most people do, 3 to 5, then you're only burning, you know, you're burning calories the rest of the time. So on those 3 days, let's say you burn 500 calories, that's quite a bit. 500 calories times 3 days, or 3 hours, is only going to be 1,500 calories when it takes a deficit of 3,500 calories to lose a pound of fat. So if you do the math, it's pretty hard to burn a lot of calories without the stimulation of the muscle. In other words, by going home and resting, actually, I'm burning calories right now as we sit right here. I did legs yesterday. Matter of fact, I did legs. Did chest and back today. Okay, so I'm doing opposing muscles. So I get this rest period. During this rest period, I'm burning more calories. It's just like me walking on the treadmill over there at a pace of about 3.5 miles an hour. I'm burning calories just like that, but I'm just sitting down and relaxing. And that's the way, folks, to burn calories, is just relaxing. Anyway, so as far as pricing goes, you know, it's basically, what's nice about me is that we can negotiate. You know, I don't have a boss over me. I call up corporate. Hey, corporate, should we do a deal with this guy? I don't have to do that. All I have to do is say, okay, you know what? You look like you're going to be a dedicated client, and you know, I'm all results oriented. I have to be. I'm basically by myself. I don't work out. I don't work in a gym, you know, where I get clients that, you know, pass me all the time, or somebody gives me a client. No, I have to earn it from you know, reputation and videos like this. You know, speaking of, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And you notice I got quite a few subscribers. So anyway, so go ahead and look at the description down below, and all my information's there. If you want to contact me, go ahead and contact me. We'll set up an appointment. And again, it takes about an hour, and we can go through your goals and your expectations and come up with a package that is affordable for you, that you can live with, just like the lifestyle that I'm going to promote for you. Okay? So, and I've got a lot of experience under my belt, so you won't be disappointed. Anyway, so one of my models that I go by is if there's a will, there's a Ray. And I'll leave you with that. Anyway, so over and out, Bessette from the firm U signing off, and